Hey everyone, Crow here, and as you may be aware, we are fast approaching the early access release of the new Pinball FX on the FX Game Store for PC, followed by the actual release on other platforms sometime this summer. Well, the folks at Zen Studios reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in revealing a legacy table that would be available day one of early access, and I said absolutely. They asked if there was a particular table I'd like to feature, and I said, well, what about my favorite Williams table, the Getaway, High Speed 2? They said not a problem, and they sent me some footage. And here we are with the first reveal of the Getaway running on the upcoming Pinball FX. Now, while this footage is running, I'd like to mention that they sent me some notes as well about the new game. And while there's really no new information in these notes, I'd still like to briefly talk about them again, just in case someone hasn't heard all the details available. Now, for starters, I mentioned that the Getaway is a legacy table. And to be clear, a legacy table is a table from Pinball FX 3 that is being remastered for the new Pinball FX game. And when I say it's being remastered, I mean it's going to be upgraded from the PX engine, which is the engine that was developed in-house at Zen Studios, to the Unreal engine, which is what all the tables in the new Pinball FX are going to be running on. So along with this upgrade to the new engine, all of these legacy tables are going to be upgraded with new higher resolution textures that will be added to the playfield, the artwork, and materials and model. Basically everything that you would see in the table is getting a higher resolution texture, so it should look a lot better, and they would have to look a lot better because this new Pinball FX is also aiming to be running in 4K at 60 frames per second with ray tracing enabled. Though I would just assume that you could even get higher frame rates if you drop the resolution. I also had some notes about the new physics, and again, this is not new information, but all of the tables in this new Pinball FX running on the Unreal engine will now be running on the updated version of the Pro Physics from Pinball FX 3. So where only the Williams tables had the Pro Physics and only in certain modes, now all the tables will be running in this Pro Physics mode and an updated version at that. And I think that's just awesome, because what that means is that all the tables will be running on the same physics, meaning that the physics won't change as you jump from table to table. And that was actually sorely needed. Ever since the release of Williams Pinball Volume 1 and every subsequent release, there have been upgrades to that Pro Physics engine. So I would assume that even though this new Pinball FX is going to have this updated Pro version, it's possible that physics engine can just keep getting updated in the future. Now, how realistic these physics are, I can't really comment on that until I actually play it myself. I mean, it may look good, but really you've got to get your hands on it to really experience it to see if you like it or not. And then they left some notes on how you can play the game. And again, this is nothing new, but there are 3 ways you can actually gain access to these tables. And the first is actually just buying the tables, which you could do before, but what you couldn't do before is buy the tables individually. So I think that there are no more table packs, and all the tables can just be purchased individually. So if you were interested in just one table, you wouldn't have to purchase 2 or 3 other tables alongside with it that you weren't interested in. So price points, I'm not 100% sure what they're going to be, but it'll be interesting to see if these tables wind up being more expensive individually, or if the price would just come out even compared to when the tables were bundled in Pinball FX 3. And the second way you'll be able to gain access will be with the Pinball Pass, which is a monthly or annual subscription, and that will give you access to what they say most of the Pinball FX library. So not all of the tables, and I think that just might be for licensing reasons. So whether or not this is a good value really depends on if you really don't want to buy the tables, you just want access to X amount of tables, and even as they come out, you just automatically have access to them. Also, a big factor is how much the subscription is going to cost, because let's face it, everybody wants to do a subscription these days. And you've got to really be limited as to how many subscriptions you really need in your life, because that could really add up over time. I mean, if it's a really minuscule amount, it might be a really good deal, but if they're asking for, I don't know how much per month, they haven't really let loose what these subscriptions will cost, but maybe we'll find out soon. And then the third way to access these tables is you don't have to pay any money at all. Pinball FX is a free download, just like Pinball FX 3 was, just like Pinball FX 2 was. And there will be tables made available for free to play right off the bat. And these free tables will rotate every once in a while. Now, I don't know if it's like once a month these tables will rotate in and out as to what's free or not, or if it'll be more or less frequently than that. But if you don't want to spend any money, you have that option too. You just don't really have the option of which tables you're going to play. Now, they left a list of tables that are confirmed as of now for early access, and that would be the Indiana Jones The Pinball Adventure, Pinball Noir, Curse of the Mummy, Sky Pirates, Treasures of the Cloud, The Mandalorian, Classic Collectibles, Biolab, Rome, Pasha, and Secrets of the Deep. And that's actually all the info I have for the moment, but Zen Studios should be revealing many more details during the next Pinball Show episode, which is currently planned to be released March 3rd on the Zen Studios YouTube channel. I'll more than likely have some reactions to that one because I'm expecting a whole load of additional details to drop then. And that's it for now. See you all next time.